Sorry we're a few minutes late, that's entirely my fault. AI can do many things, as we've heard this week, but it can't yet fix Delhi's traffic, so it's work to do.
Now, I should start by saying that I know that former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is not just a great son of the United Kingdom, he is also a great son of India.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law. But I just want to establish my heritage too, because my great-grandmother on my mother's side was from Calcutta. Now, I should also say that whilst we are on different sides of the political aisle, we are able to work together and have been friends for many years. And it's been one of the great pleasures in recent years to join former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak on our shared goal to do much better, both in the United Kingdom and globally, on prostate cancer. And it's a pleasure to work with him on that cross-party issue. But we're here to discuss AI. And you kicked off the first global summit in Bletchley Park. It's an issue that you cared about then. Why did you decide that it was something that you were going to use your platform to signal to the world that this is important, and how do you think that story's going?
First of all, thanks, David, for the warm introduction. Good evening, everyone. You having excellent. Sorry we're a few minutes late. That's entirely my fault. AI can do many things, as we've heard this week, but it can't yet fix Delhi's traffic. So it's work to do. But no, look, thinking back, when I got the job and you're in Downing Street, one of the things that happens to you is someone from David's now department comes and sits down with you. So someone from the Foreign Office comes over and they sit down with this very long list of all the international summits that they think that you should go to around the world. And it turns out it's not just the G20 or G7 or COP. It turns out that there are 150 different summits. And the Foreign Office would like you to go to all of them as a Prime Minister. Now, I felt that as a British Prime Minister, I really could draw the line at I think it was the United Nations high-level meeting on sandstorms, which it wasn't obvious to me we needed to be at. But no, so looking at that list made me think, well, there isn't a summit to talk about what is the most defining technology of our time, which is, of course, AI. Now, all of us here are very lucky to be living in a moment where we're seeing a general purpose technology, a technology that's going to change every aspect, not just of our economies, but also our societies, our entire countries. And it felt to me that we needed a forum to discuss that regularly. But doing it slightly differently, to me, it felt like we had to involve the companies who are developing their technology in that. And that's something, as David knows from all these summits, is relatively rare. But for me, that felt especially important. We got everyone together at Bletchley Park. It was the first of what has now turned out to be a series of summits. I couldn't imagine when we started that the journey would come here to India. But what this week has been is just a showcase of the extraordinary, not just leadership of Prime Minister Modi, but the energy that all of you have here to develop this technology and use it is unlike anywhere else in the world. It's a very special ingredient. You should all give yourselves a round of applause for that. And I'll just end on this note. It's the reason that India now has, according to Stanford, who do the world rankings, moved into one of the medal positions as an AI superpower in the world, which is something that many of you here should be proud of. Although a little bit disappointing because they leapfrogged the UK to get to that position. Although I did just point out to Prime Minister Modi just now, if you look at the ICC test rankings, England are still ahead, which arguably is more important. But anyway, that's how we got here. But look, David, you as someone, as Lindy said, has been a very, very big friend of India. You've been a steward of the UK-India relationship, something that you're committed to. We've got a massive audience here of policymakers, businesses, investors, friends, people who are from both sides of that partnership. And I'd love to hear from you, what excites you most about this relationship between our two great countries?
That I first came to India 35 years ago. And I came as a student. I was 18. I was wearing tie-dye, because you did in those days, doing the usual travel, and it was just so different, frankly, to Europe. And because I had this familial connection, I was determined to get to understand this country, and it's been a great privilege bringing my children here on holiday. We spent a wonderful holiday in Kerala, and coming here with my wife, and also coming here with work. And I'm sitting here building on work that went on before my party came to office. And I can confess to you, I'm going to make a big confession, it's just a private confession. There were two things when there was a change of government back in 2024 in the UK. Two things as Foreign Secretary that I had to get right, because they would determine not just the outcome for our country, but my outcome. One was I had to get right the relationship with the incoming Donald Trump administration. I think we pulled that off. But the second was, we knew that the bonds between the UK and India were strong, but we'd watched them grow even stronger under the last decade or so, and certainly under Rishi's stewardship. And our job was to pick up the baton and see it across the line and not drop it on the floor. And so I'm sitting here, and we've had the most extraordinary year of a relationship in which we sealed that trade deal between our two countries. That
we need a round of applause for that. Right, come on.
There we go. Yesterday, I was with 9 British universities opening up campuses over here. I was at the British Council with Indian students, many of them on scholarships, cheapening scholars and other things, going to the UK. And then we've had this AI summit, and hats off to India for being determined to shift the narrative to the many, not the few, and ensure that this is a contribution to the global south as well. And that only India could have done that. And I think the whole global community is grateful that India pulled that off. So our relationship is in a strong place. Last month, the said that she wants to attract the top talent in the world on AI, and top of that list is India. Please look at the rule changes on visas for that top talent. We want companies to set up their second HQ in the United Kingdom. Please look at what the incentives for you to do that. More is what we're asking for. And as India is, I think, on ensuring that what we don't see is a new elite emerge, as many people are left behind, or indeed are vulnerable in the face of this emerging technology. Thank you very much to everyone for listening, and thank you hugely to my friend Rishi Sunak.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. Thanks, David. As you said at the beginning, I'm a son of Britain. I'm a son-in-law of India. So the relationship between our two countries is incredibly important to me. And I just wanted to thank all of you in the audience from both the UK and India for doing everything that you do to keep this relationship strong. I mean, I believe, as does David, that when our two countries, when our two people work together, there isn't any problem that we can't solve, including an up to Delhi traffic. But I'm excited to see what all of you create in the years ahead. This has been a fantastic evening, so give yourselves a massive round of applause, and we'll see you back here for the T20 finals. Right.